Western Regional Forestry Commissioner Nana Poku Bosompim no, or the information demo to Twabontin as to how Omuko Galamsey site Omoko fight illegal miners now. How Omobre or see the moon is so druna.
Oh, yes, I don't know where they come from, but when you see them, they look so fierce. All of them are in dreadlocks, long dreadlocks. They seem to wear some dirty clothes with fugu and with charms, amulets, talismans all over their bodies. In fact, it is believed that when you shoot these people, they may not be harmed. They are fortified against gunshot wounds. They are fortified against.
Abushina, stay with us. Let's walk you through these stories. Welcome back to Afropulse TV. Osum for slide and because we are back. If you are catch us, see about back say information is now a day better. A dorsal, see about the bunny short. Because you could VC 10 information is say a thought take man quan and a cosm. I would say a story now a day better. One of the stories are go to do I say. We are saying yes, we are saying Casa. Me who dream kakra. Unim say your National Anti-Illegal Mining Corporation and as Secretariat of Ghana I from Naibus. Our mo fight Galamsey. And then unim say yes, our Forestry funds so honor or mo uko bushra could be the cash now or it make you see what I stop you. A request for papers I am out can say become Niano. Into Forestry funds so almost almost fight Galamsey. Now, Omo Commissioner, I friend Nana Poku Bosompim or information demo to Twabontin. Problems. Ene amanihuna omukom. Wabra omoko fight Galamsey. Na my dream wa mentiasi. Abusia Nana Poku Bosompim say sometimes ombet nya call Galamsey site omoko akọ stop you omoko akọ ready honum. But before ombedru sa Galamsey site honum no. Na Galamsey yes for na illegal miners for no. Omanya tip off. Omaya aware say Galamsey tax force for no omo ba. Enti mo bedru honum no omaya ready crem. Omo bedru illegal mining site honum no. Na miners for no you ready omaya omutuo eni omo like omaya ready kan yom na omo koduru no so tu na kita illegal miners for no omo AK-47 se wo ho omo pop action guns wo ho omo talisman ai bansere ne nyoma bebre e no omo sanoma be nyina aka ho bi e na ama illegal mining no ne fighting and as a Galamsey no ne kon ano aye den.
Foreign development, if you say that they get information, they are well networked in such a way that they get information ahead of time that you are coming to the forest where they are operating. So they prepare for you.
Oh yes, exactly. Exactly.
And
in fact, there are sometimes that maybe they get an information and they mobilize, they bring their armed groups.
Almost omo ko Galamsey site on ma doors no e 15 to 20 offices. No ma the convoy eko. But omo ko duru on ma omo team committee nipa 800, nipa 1000, nipa 900. Sa nipa be mo akoto omo onom emu 800 emu 900 no. Emu bi mu on ma o hwe ha omo gina omo appearance a omo soso wa body na kita omo no. Omo ye well built people. Onim so omo ye Ghana fo, so omo ye Cote d'Ivoire fo, so omo ye Benin fo, so omo ye Sudan fo. So me Niger, say Ethiopia, say Tanzania, we shall be a child of bone cronisa, stona, no who particular place this encrophobia or muffy. As I go for you know, I'm one almost I war champs, or more banser and a talisman, a war honum. Ain't it? Oberbago Yam, Ober 2 you two and cannot.
They are armed groups, they bring their own security. You see heavily built men. I don't know where they are coming from, whether they are even Ghanaians. They look well fortified, they have weapons. We've seen the muskets, we've seen the pump actions, we've seen some AK-47 rifles with them, and these are the guys that come with heavy so-called spiritual fortifications. In fact, you see talisman and other object rings on their hands, they look so fierce, not open to any dialogue. So sometimes their sheer numbers is able to cause us to retreat, because we come in a convoy of about, let's say, 15 to 20 officers, and go and meet 800 to 1,000 people standing there waiting for you. Sometimes it's better to retreat, because we believe retreat is another phase of war. We go and regroup and come back again.
Now there was a time crowd to our brand TV or machine. Now our brand no machine. The officers 5 credits in Yam who dia Kwanam Faran to and copino. Or just dirty singlets week. And it will be more Yahweh say, Governor more powers no a woman tired no more until unless I walk cannot tired and a tin tired in the body no. And some words to me and Pampa. Omuka singlet no matifi ni pan the body no afi oyemre Emma omutimi mwano hankope odwen ho awuntimi ntiase.
The heavily built men who look fortified spiritually.
Yes.
Describe that to me.
Yes. I don't know where they come from, but when you see them, they look so fierce. All of them are in dreadlocks, long dreadlocks. They seem to wear some dirty clothes with fugu and with charms, amulets, talismans all over their bodies. In fact, it is believed that when you shoot these people, they may not be harmed. They are fortified against gunshot wounds. They are fortified against machete attacks and the like. Well, these are statistic events I cannot independently confirm. But what I have seen with my naked eye, when some of them were arrested, the kind of charms and amulets and other things that we see from these people, it tells you they really did have some spiritual fortifications. There was one incident when one of them was arrested, and then I think he resisted. About 5 of my men could not even put the guy down until somebody told us that the talisman that the guy is wearing is in the singlet. Can you imagine the singlet? And looking closely at the singlet, we saw some Arabic writings, and a lot of them all over. It looks that unless you look closely before you are able to, somebody asked us to cut it. So we cut through the singlet. That's how come the guy became weak and he was arrested. And because he struggled a bit, he got injured. So when we brought him to the Takoradi Regional Police Command, they advised that he seek some medical attention. And I'm told when he was taken to hospital, even trying to find an IV line, penetrating the skin with the needle was very difficult. Telling you that really the people do have some fortifications. And these are the people we have to contend with in our fight against illegal mining in forest reserves.
Wow. As they are spiritually fortified and you are also physically not even armed enough to deal with them, with all the shortcomings that you're having to face with. Please
Abuja, say Abia, unyam face this kind of situation in the pen, Abia be free say in some forestry commissioner and Apoku Bosompim in some now kind of Abia a Buslimika and I say Abia a lies, a real pan or could pan or can. Because there was a time our elections. Now no December elections here, you could pay more Teachman Bono East Divisional Police Headquarters on them, you could pay more on them. Now, no more for say electoral commissioner say undeclare NDC former candidates Honorable Christopher Baile undeclare no as the winner of the MP and as a parliamentary seats no. Now go over is now about honour. Ebi mufi wenchi ebi mufi other parts of Bono East and by. Now the way was ready police headquarters on no. Police for no be mu a car war in the January. Yes, to go over is no bullet na bro body ni say no more ba. I feel police for no omu gane omu ka police headquarters no mu ka war in the gane. Enti no memete nsema na Bosompim all cano mandi achinje because my witness be pen. I know how it is. Unya hu bi that the other free lise bi ansem na all cano e yentro na ulka. Abuso to aso chire ni nsemu say. There was a time and the boys no koba and no feedback on the bread no. Omuko operation na feedback no on the bread no. Mbeka chire ni say. Officer, yakwa ko to say squad no ni. Omo wa afa o ye hu omo wa afa. Omo leader bi odi omani ma o se batakari bi o se furugu bi a okita bodi a okita cow-tail a o de chante mom. Na obi a omo afa omo hu omo ha no within a twinkle of an eye seconds. Na fe omo ben omo say omo ni na omo suni all of a sudden no aduro na omo ye no say aduro na mo mayera abani mu say aduro na mo ye unhu kwan ye fa happen ye. Na science ne how na omo ko class ye kurant no de machete omo de second ekwa officer ne baako.
There was an instance where my officers, my rapid team and the forest guards actually went to the field and they encountered these miners. But when they came, they reported a very harrowing experience. A harrowing experience. They said, Chief, we were firing at them, but the bullets were not hitting them, and they kept coming. So can you imagine? They had a lot of bullets on them, but they kept firing till they exhausted all their bullets. So now the commander issued a directive, run for your lives. And everybody have to run in various directions just to save their lives. In the ensuing confrontation, one of our officers was shot in the tummy. Thankfully, he survived. In fact, when he was taken to hospital, about 30 or so pellets were taken from the stomach. But he was still doing very fine and still working now. So they tell us, we were shooting, but they were coming. We were shooting, but they were coming. One related another experience where he said, when the people were coming, there was a man with, is it a hostel, Budia, who appeared to be reciting something or praying, leading the people who were coming. The miners with spiritual fortifications who were coming. And one of my officers tells me, we saw them from a distance, but they didn't know how, in a split of a second, they got close to them. And they managed to inflict a machete wound on one of my officers. So this is real. But like I told you, there are a lot of cases that we're able to overpower them We don't have any falsifications. We go physically, we go with our numbers, and we're able to overpower them. And when we're able to overpower them, all we do is to first get rid of the talisman. We catch the amulet, the talisman, get rid of the rings, and they look very soft, very sober. We're able to handcuff them and bring them to the police station for investigation and further prosecution. So, like I said, the real heroes, the unsung heroes of this fight against illegal mining and other illegal activities in the forest reserves have been the resource guards, the rapid response team, the range officers who are fighting daily. We don't know Saturday, we don't know Sunday, like I said today. Right after the program, I'm joining them on the phone. So, like I said earlier, before the network went off.
Sometimes, committee illegal miners for any brain, that's all mean fight your man, unless all retreat. Two was the leader and they can run for your life. Now we're gonna far, no be happy by being in it here, did him. Now, you want to use the name was for Macaba accident or Boissy area, Honum. I'm an officer Bako, losing a life. All because of the Galamsey fighting, yeah. What I say? Until Galamsey, they be a Macase, young really, I bet pass and yet in your fight. But officer and it was a change in some say. The are almost cost sites or more fighting Galamsey or more brain on there, or I just say, I have a quibit in your ball and say, ye improve your props now. How many more the eggman, they should be improved. Because to have pop action guns now, or we use the illegal miners one. Illegal miners one in pool 2 are a powerful essay home. What I say? Into a moment or 2 are, Ushi 2 bullet, I bet Yako. 400 millimeters with a 40 millimeters with minimum hour, or Makano. Oh, and to office and say, Omumbra or bullet proofs, papa, or Mumbra or 2 papa, Ushuntia rifle, Ushuntia quilchiri, and also illegal miner who's a old from a far crown and saw to a bit near drone.
We need to protect these officers. We need to retool them. In fact, when we see a group of forest guards, 40 of them, well clothed in their protective helmets, in their protective bulletproof vests, with proper weapons, not just pump action, because pump action is common. The miners also have it, but proper weapons that can go 300 meters, 400 meters. I believe our mere appearance in itself will be a deterrent.
But some bro, normal to na illegal miners for them, so we use the same thing now. Or no, already no, I will answer any talisman, any newman, I want to body and you know hobby. What I say, and you know, Ebasana, affected fighting Galamsey, no. Woman fighting Galamsey, Emmanuel 50. You know, say, I will say Galamsey, essay and sassy, essay in true essay natural resources, ever yasasi wish. In Tiaban, in measure, commissioners for now, I am fighting Galamsey, name was for no, or Mumbro proper equipment, proper guns, proper bulletproofs, proper Nioma. I'll bet him the upper fighting Galamsey, no, am I successful? I tell you, because Oko fighting Galamsey now could lose officer Bakwa. And young corner will lose officer no, a Bushiana or female almost on Lucy. I tell you, into more job and say, I buy no embro proper equipment, proper guns, proper Nioma, say, by our bits me, Eddie fighting Galamsey. No, I feel Busha, me was a flare, you should say, circulate or media, and this particular man, and I say, I can say. Sometimes Omoko illegal mining sites now, Omo shrines so home. Omo shrines unless say before bit me chichi woman before bit ma stop you man. Unless say what can Benny sa omo shrines ni na. And say no what me apprehend I just say intino Galamsey na say be fight to Ghana hanom ne dey say ya ma yani anya den pa na aban na mfa ne na yan sifoma. Galamsey na ye fighting e be yet say ne only osono anya problem na wo to bo aboso na taaso ne tie and outside to bo ne boy a useless tackle and our ye I just a useless tackle and our ye no only osono anya problem na what to bo the abona taaso you are not making sense I just the be Galamsey na ye fighting no ya bre e wo ho pa nti aban no ontwe na ni mehwe wo on e keep wo properly say be ya wo ko Galamsey site bia na wo so metinye nya vim e de akọ. No mutim ko Galamsey site why fight e ko to mu bullet nyina elu so mu bullet nyina gagagagagagam e to bullet nyina ma nesa wa bre nipa ba akokora etu nka no. You see how spiritual this thing is. Inti Galamsey na e organ ano ne de enya physical fight nko I say enso so omo yusu akomfo ne abosonsem e de protect yom ho a say e wa so for organ Reverend Obinim Angel Obinim so ha Reverend Obofo so ha Prophet Nigigezi so ha Reverend with a free anchor. When I presidency, on I almost offer. So, Duncan Williams, also, I had sorry. I saw for the organ, and almost more vampire won't cut out. And I need the unless a professions and a money. Each other and a money reveal. And the moon call attack you. And yes, Abusia Chawadrin L comment section on my because Forestry Commissioner are all Western region. Information view the about to talk on ten. First, now if you say Galamsey no a normal, at the uncle a normal physical bas, and a more of a spiritual human or more honor. Intis also quite akiono. Now corner physical kedia, also intimino. Intis a CA, meme a job by and say. His Excellency John Domini Mama. So would see me. Nine most task force be I be legal mining site via or qua bomba and lubinim and kahun. Another set air kwa bumbefa Reverend Obofo mumfanin kahun. Another set air kwa bumbefa na Gezi emfanin kahun. Say different sets air kwa mumfa so fufufro en kahun. So mo ye powerful. Omuna onyankopon ene omokasa e Ghana ha. Omuna onyankopon eyi nioma e de kyerem. Omuna ma prophecies e Ghana ha. Intino omo ye powerful dia. Omumfa omun lead Galamsey task force for no. Na omun cost of Galamsey no. Some of ye spiritual people. Ene onyankopon na ne tumi eso among all the spiritual ne manoma e Ghana ha. Inti so be so bosom e de Galamsey a ene ye di nyankopon betimi akọ stop no. And I'm not making sense. So be him air me as say oh mama side eye or any I watch you never find any kind. The guy danger oboase issue by any afraid kum chacha say kum chacha yes e be ma wako danger oboase na wako akọ yekanya me as. Some who you see what is ma kum chacha e kai.
So kum chacha na be ko danger oboase.
Me ko ele.
Say obetumi akokanya me asem o.
Nyame nsoma me say me nko ho. Say nyame asem na ye ka no. Jonah chapter 1 we nyame soma Jonah say wonko. Ba wo hwe den kyeraboase issue ya akum chacha obi akokokokoko. As 529 Peter says ye tie nyame sense ye betie nipa. Edi nipa da se nika dem say me nko den kyeraboase. Say the asofo bebre kora aka e na wo be ko den kyeraboase akọ. Na wo sofo na aka wo ye painter. Wo ye taxi driver, wo ye boxer. Ana wo de onko. Ah. Ya wo Yesu Kristo. Nipa nkan Bible. Ebi asofo ni bebre
onko de njaboase
asofo ni bebre
se obi sebi obi anya asem na oto safro se bra de njaboase be bom paema na besra asori omo ye program bi no omo to safro kra onko
omo mran kran
Abuja Chawadrin comment section on the information Western Regional Forestry Commissioner Nana Poku Bosompim or the abeto abontin then our found then our feel say ye betimi aye e dia stop Galamsey no effectively Abuja Chawadrin comment section on Uvia na if you why to subscribe button no now the bell notification not on say no say the new video be a better video no ubenya notification and we higher cost e want 10 time video so thank you for watching this one stay safe wherever you are and then see you again very soon.